Hello everyone and welcome to Filbert Flies and to episode 12 of Bimbles Around Britain, my VFR tour of the UK. So we are flying today from Aberdeen down to Edinburgh. We're going to make a brief stop in Dundee and we're going to be checking out some of the new landmarks that Asobo have included in the World Update, as well as a couple of bits that I've downloaded. So we've got some photogrammetry scenery for St Andrews and for Edinburgh, and various other things which I will talk about as we go along. So we're just waiting for Bird to spawn in,
and for Edinburgh,
and someone I think in the group chat has my stream on and it's very echoey. Would you mind muting it?
I'll just mute it.
Thanks.
There you go. Sorry, mate.
No worries.
Typical.
And also it means I have to listen to my own voice, which I hate doing at the best of times. So we're going to take off from runway 34. We don't need the full length, it's a fairly long runway. And you can all line up behind me or beside me or whatever. And we'll just give a couple of minutes for Bird to make it in.
I'm chugging along.
Cool. Red Skull, hello, this is the first stream that you've seen. Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. So for those of you who haven't been in this before, it gets a bit weird because I try and talk to you all on voice while also trying to talk to people in the YouTube chat. But anyway, we shall do our best. Settings are in the video description, as is everything you need to know to join us. Hello, Matthew. So good turnout, as you can see. Are you in?
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm at the end of 3-4, but I see everybody.
Ah, you're subsided panic 2, are you?
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. In that case, if everyone's ready, I think we should make a move. And for some reason, my view's gone a little bit wrong. Too zoomed in. Oops. Right, here we go. Thanks, Demetrius. Lovely livery, thank you. This is courtesy of Cement, who designed it for me without me even asking, and it was very nice of him to do that. So we're going to make a turn round to the left for those of you without the flight plan, and we're going to be heading southwest, heading 227, something like that, give or take a few degrees. Oh, congratulations, Wef! I'm pleased you got a new laptop. So I've downloaded the Cessna 152 mod. This is the first stream I'm doing with that on, which JP recommended. And it supposedly makes it fly more realistically, right?
That's right, and if you haven't noticed it yet, if your engine is below 1000 RPM, your low voltage lamp will flash.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
And if you are idling too long, your radios will fall out because you're low voltage. Your radios start as off in real playing, or you would normally shut them off.
Yeah.
You can adjust the brightness of your dome lights and some flight model changes.
Okay. Cool. It does feel different. It feels a bit heavier, a bit less toy planey to me.
Yeah.
But as for the rest of it, I'm yet to discover it and yet to experience it.
And have you also downloaded the DME mod?
No, I didn't. I thought I might be pushing my luck with that and the Flaps mod and the main one, but I will give it a go at some point when I'm not streaming. Did everyone make it into the sky okay? Looks like it.
Yep.
Hello, William. No, I didn't Charles Feugh actually. No. So we've been doing a lot of mountain flying lately, a lot of valleys and lochs and things like that. It's going to be slightly different today. It's much more flat. A few hills here and there, still very pretty landscapes. But the focus is going to be on sightseeing around St Andrews and Edinburgh, really, and a few other places. All the details, if you want to join us, are on my Discord server, Lutava. There's a link in the video description down below.
I think it was from your last Bimbles. Somebody in your stream mentioned about the number pad trimming system, how it's a lot finer than if you do the assigned key. I don't know if you recall, but I've been using it. It's so much better.
Do you know, I do have a vague memory of that. I've got a couple of buttons assigned on my joystick that I use.
I'm the same, but I started using the keypad for the line trimming, and it's so much better.
How do you do it? Remind me.
Just 7 and 1 on your keypad.
7 and 1.
7 for nose down, 1 for nose up.
Oh yes, that is better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot finer,
Yeah.
a lot more precise.
Good tip, thank you.
Oh, thanks to the person who mentioned it.
Well, yeah.
Hey Filbert, what happens if you tune your nav 1 to 110.5 and then turn on the DME?
Stand by. 110.5
Yes.
and turn on the DME. How do I turn on the DME?
Those grey buttons on the above the
Oh
radio
yes,
panel.
yeah.
DME.
Nothing.
Okay, then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It should change between your DME and frequency each 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. 110.5 you said?
Yes.
I don't have anything coming up on that frequency.
If you have the time to watch my stream, you can see it.
Okay, I will have a little look. Oh, I see. So it doesn't actually have to be within range of a VOR. It just does it anyway.
Well, yeah, you have to be in range.
You do?
I think. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I see it. I will get the
Actually,
DME mod.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ah, right. What have I missed in the chat? Oh, you've just finished your first VATSIM flight. Awesome. HC asked you 100 times to respond, but you didn't know it's to. Oh, I've been there. Still, first one. Plenty of time to get better. Tintin, do I recommend the T16000M or the Airbus joystick? Well, I've never used the Airbus joystick. I think they're pretty much the same piece of hardware. But I can't say with... I mean, if you're flying Airbuses and you can afford the whole Airbus joystick and throttle quadrant thing, then you probably may as well go for that. Do I need to press DME? Yes, I probably do. Good point, William. So I press nav1 and DME, and yes, now it is. Now it's flicking between the two.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. But I'm not getting a radial, so I guess the DME range is further than the...
Yeah, I think
bearing.
it's 42 nauticals the range.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I assumed you had to press nav1 to get the DME information, but no. So we're coming up now to our first waypoint, which is Yeah, it's okay. It's not all that exciting, but it's quite a long stretch with not a lot happening. So we're going to go and have a little look at the Falls of Feugh. Do feel free to correct my pronunciation, anyone, particularly you, Mark.
Got no idea on that one.
No, okay. Which all I can tell you about really is it's an ideal spot for watching salmon runs. And if you want to go and watch the salmon, your best times to go are between September and November and between February and March. And being a waterfall, it really is barely visible at all in the sim. But it's not one of these long cascades, it's more of a sort of babbling thing over some stones. Oh, nice bit of formation going on here.
Yeah, the good thing about this biplane, Philbert, is you're open to the elements in it. So, and you can sit in the co-pilot seat as well.
Oh right, nice.
And it's got a button marked smoke, and I was disappointed when I didn't get a smoke trail out the back.
Yeah, that is a bit disappointing, but I think it's just not implemented in the sim, is it? I assume it's the same as like vapor trails and things, wingtip vortices. Hello, Jason. Oh, bad luck. Jason's at work today, so he can't join us. How do I move around the cockpit like that? Well, I'm using a mixture of mouse zoom and my track IR. So Vacaris, we are at the moment, we've just left Aberdeen and we're heading southwest towards Dundee. So yes, everyone keep a good lookout for these falls, because I did a little test flight yesterday and to be quite honest, I wouldn't have known they were falls.
So they're just from the river on the left, the tributary that comes into the main river.
Oh, have you spotted them?
No, I'm just looking at Little Nav map.
Oh, okay, yeah, yes,
All
that
right.
is where they should be. I think it might even just be a turn in the river. I don't even know. Oh yes, there's the tributary. Yeah, so you can see the stones where the falls would be, and there's a tiny bit of froth and white water there, I think. So, yeah, there we are, Falls of Feugh, or something similar to that.
Yeah. I just went down there, and I think I got a picture of it.
Oh, good. The fancy Filbert liveries are up for grabs. Yes. Just catching up with the DA62. Okay, excellent, Jawuku. What settings am I running on? You can see my settings in the video description. There's a link to a screenshot of them. You already missed the first officer. Yeah, it's a very different world, this, to airliner flying. But I find it a nice change. Hello, Robert. Yeah, all's good with me, thank you. Hope you're okay too. So we'll climb back up to about 2,500 feet now. We've got a few hills to get over. Yeah, so I'm using a mixture of ultra and very high and a few lower settings. Hello James, how are you? So our next waypoint is Glenesk, and I've got absolutely nothing to tell you about that one, I'm afraid. But it appears to be a small town. Hello Eric, what do I think about the fresh release of the UK? Well, I haven't seen a huge amount of it. I've got to be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with the London photogrammetry. Partly because it doesn't go out as far as my house, and partly because it looks a bit melty, and I've seen better photogrammetry than it. But a lot of the landmarks I've looked at seem very nice. And yeah, the handcrafted airports are all pretty reasonable as well. So yeah, I mean, you've got to remember it's a free update, and it's certainly a better free update than we've had in any other sim. So can't complain. That's my general feeling about it. Oh, it is lagging, isn't it? Yeah, the stream's lagging a little bit. This seems to happen a lot with multiplayer flights. I guess there's just quite a lot of data being sent backwards and forwards. I'm sorry about that. I hope it will pick up later on. London looks like a war zone with some of the buildings. It does. It does. But still, don't forget what we've been doing is getting up really close and having a good look at them, because that's what you do when a new update comes out. But from up above, they certainly look better than Auto-Gen, I think.
Have you got a high upload speed, Phil?
It's about 7 or 8 megabits per second, so it's not too bad. But
the total that's available for you though to use.
Yeah, that's about what I get when I test it.
And what do you stream at, like upload wise?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
What's your bit rate? Okay.
I can have a quick look.
I used to stream a lot of multiplayer games. And
Yeah.
in Australia, it was a big concern for me.
Yeah.
Because we were very limited in our upload down here.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I used to do it. And I always had to leave a little bit of room for the game, to interpret that data.
Yes.
Because on top of that, you've got photogrammetry, all of that coming in. And then you've also got all the people flying with you.
Yeah. I think I perhaps do need to turn my settings down a bit. So I'm streaming at 1080, 60 frames per second.
It'd just be a bit rate though. That's the thing that you need to look at. That's something.
What is my, where would that be under output perhaps? Oh, 6,000 is my
Yes.
bit rate.
Right, and you've got a total of 7, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might want to stream it a little lower.
Okay. That's good advice.
Just for
thank you.
future reference.
Yeah, yeah.
It just gives your computer a bit of a break,
Yes. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, there's always going to be a lag between Discord voice chat and YouTube. Stream on CPU, not on GPU. It will fix the problem because of GPU being on 100% rendering that scenery. Okay. Alright, I'll have a tweak of my settings before the next group flight. This did happen last time, and YouTube sorted itself out in the end. It got less stuttery as time went on, I think. I've actually closed my YouTube window so as to hopefully minimise the download rate. I suppose I don't think that'll make much difference, but you never know. No, it still seems stuttery. Tell you what, if it's still awful when we get to Dundee, then I'll stop streaming, tweak my settings, and then start again.
Good, I can refill my coffee.
Yeah, we will have a 10-minute break at Dundee anyway.
Well, you're flying smooth for me. Managed to stick on your tail. No
Good.
jumping back and forth or anything like that. It's very good.
Good, good, good. So Glenesk is just down to the left somewhere. No, it's not. It's over to the right. No wonder I can't see it. Probably in this valley somewhere, I wouldn't wonder.
Yeah, the whole area is Glenesk. It's the River-esque.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's not the name of a town specifically. It's the glens around the River-esque.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very pretty to walk down.
Yeah, it looks so. Harrison, thank you very much for the £5 donation for the Greg Sausage Roll Fund. Much appreciated. Hello EA, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Yeah, the scenery is pretty stunning around here. No, this isn't real weather, Eric. Unfortunately, it wasn't really flyable for VFR today, so this is the Few Clouds preset. Well, I'm very pleased you did. It's always nice to see you. And yeah, good luck with work tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or the day after? Tomorrow for you, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. So would you say you've been walking in most of Scotland now, Mark? Have you sort of explored the whole country?
I've been to most parts of the country. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I've walked in all of it, but I've been to most parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've only ever been to Edinburgh, Glasgow, and Aberdeen, but I've never really seen the countryside.
Yeah, there's lots of lovely places, lots of nice lochs to walk around, and
Yeah,
mountains to climb, and views to see.
yeah. EA, welcome to Club Filbert. Thank you very much for signing up. Jolly decent of you. Lower my settings in game. Oh, day after. That's right. Yeah, I thought I had hesitation about saying tomorrow. I could lower my settings in game, but I think what I'll do instead is adjust my streaming settings when we stop at Dundee. Hello, Kevin. I'm all right. How are you? Sorry about the stuttering. I'm going to try and sort it out during the break. Actually, that's not strictly true. I went on a bit of a tour with my friend who lives in Glasgow, and we went out to see a bit of Loch Lomond, and we saw the Kelpies and the Falkirk Wheel. So I haven't just seen the cities, but mostly. Harrison says Strathmashy area is very nice. Stayed in a cottage there for about a week, did lots of walking around on bush trails and up mountains. It does sound lovely.
I went and took a look at the Kelpies and I was expecting to see a couple of
Couple of what, sorry?
dogs,
Oh, right, yeah, yeah.
but they were horses.
They are. Well, they're shapeshifters, aren't they, Kelpies, I think. So, yeah. I guess they could have done more or less anything and called them Kelpies.
They are quite impressive when you walk up close to them.
Yeah, they are. They are. Thanks for the tip, Vacarus. I will do that once we're down. Go to settings, go to output and select advanced, select setting coder to X254. Does that make sense to you, Dingo?
Yep.
Yeah.
So everything's worth a try.
Okay.
It's so funny streaming. Like, just one little thing can make a huge difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Are the Scottish Highlands properly modelled now with the UK update? Do you know, I haven't been back to redo any of the legs we've already done. So I can't really compare, but I plan to. They certainly look good. My gut feeling is they do look better, but I don't know how much of that is psychological. Oh, that's what I meant to ask. Those of you in YouTube chat, because I'm doing this giveaway stream tomorrow, I just want to test out the competition entry process. Would you mind typing 1234 for me? Just type 1234 in the chat, please. Because last time it didn't work. One, two, three, four. Yes, that's working. That is working. Thank you very much. That'll do. That'll do. Perfect. Oh, Dingo Harrison says you'd better be in a Jabiru. Or a Jabiru.
Jabiru.
Jabiru. No. No, I made the mistake of I made the mistake of assuming when you said he was in an Aussie Cessna 152, that's what he meant, but no, he's in my my Filbert Flies livery. I haven't been to Outscaries yet, Centurion, but I will pay it a visit. The stream is lagging, I know. As I say, I'm going to change the settings once we land at Dundee, which won't be too long. Because the thing is, with YouTube, you have to set up a whole new stream, or I'd do it right now. Yeah, we're not too far from Dundee at all now. We're going to have a look at Glum's Castle, which is quite famous. Mostly, well, I'd heard of it from Macbeth. It's where Macbeth was supposed to have lived. But it's also where the Queen Mother grew up. It's her childhood home. So we could probably do a little bit of descending now to have a look. This is one of the landmarks that's included with the World Update. Gil, if you're getting 30 frames per second and you're happy with that, then I wouldn't upgrade your GPU. For me, I have my frames locked to 30 frames a second. Oh, actually, I didn't start Reaver Tuner. That might well help things. So yeah, I use a program called Reaver Tuner Statistics Server, which locks the frame rate, which smooths things out. And it's just occurred to me that if I was actually running that, the stream might not lag so much. I don't know. Hi, Rodrigo. Next live stream is
looking at YouTube now, and it looks like it actually smooths out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's encouraging.
I concur.
Oh, brilliant. Maybe I don't have to restart when we get to Dundee.
Mexican guitar tuner fixed it.
Yes, indeed. Yep, tomorrow, 12 midday GMT. Great. I'm glad it's fixed. So, user error, as always, was causing the lags. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Who's that?
It's me. Cool. It's me, Rodrigo.
Oh, hello. Welcome. See you tomorrow, Demetrius. Glad it's smoother. When you fly lower, then it renders less of the scenery. Could be that. Could be that.
I really can't go in Microsoft.
Pardon?
I can't go in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, okay. That's what we're using for the group flight. You won't. We're talking on Discord voice channel on my server, and which server are we on? Southeast Asia.
Yeah, my brother just moved to London 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which bit do you know?
He's in on I think it's called Marylebone Lane.
Oh, yes, yeah. Quite central, yeah. Nice.
Right around there, yeah.
What? Marylebone, you mean?
Yeah.
So this is Glum's castle, and I'm going to tell you, there's a legend about it that I thought you might find interesting, you might not. So the legend of the monster of Glum's, a hideously deformed child born to the lion family, who was kept in the castle all of his life, with his suite of rooms bricked up after his death. And various residents and people who have visited claim to have seen his ghost, essentially. But it is based on a true story, or it may have its origins in a true story. So there's a family called the Ogilvies, and they were basically walled up in there to die of starvation, having turned up to seek refuge, and their bones are still in there. So that's rather bleak, but there you are.
Beautiful building.
Stunning, isn't it?
There's a waving flag.
Sorry?
It has a waving flag. Oh, it's brilliant, bro.
Does it?
It almost had 152 parts on it.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right.
Went a little too
There's
low.
There's a big delay on your stream, Filbert.
Yes, there always is on YouTube.
Yeah. So I paused it, so it's annoying. It's like it's like so loud, so I stopped that.
Right.
I was lagging too.
Are you flying, Rodrigo?
No, I'm not. I can't go on Microsoft right now, so yeah.
Okay.
I feel a bit my sim crashed, so
Oh no! Oh.
I'm gonna try and spawn near you, or I'll just go to Dundee.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to spawn on me or on one of us if you zoom in on the map, hopefully.
Okay,
If not,
I'll try.
see you at Dundee.
Okay.
What runway are we coming into in Dundee?
It'll be... There's a westerly one. I think it might be 27. Is it? Yeah, 27. Sorry, I've missed a lot of the chat in the YouTube. Too busy looking at Glamis Castle. Southeast Asia server, yes. You're going to be joining after we land again. Okay, no worries, Alexander. See you at Dundee. We're a little bit low. Yes, we were a little bit low, Charles Spirit, it's true. Flick the switch from dial-up to fibre optic. I did. Why is my stream delayed 20 seconds? Because that's what YouTube does, unfortunately. It's probably not helped by the stuttering we had.
By the way, I just muted your stream, so it just goes crazy when I have it on mute, so it's
Right.
pretty hard for me because it makes me lag for
Right.
some reason,
Right.
so I have it on mute. Anyways, I'm gonna fly on RFS right now on my phone, so yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, enjoy. How long is the flight to Dundee taking? We are nearly there. We should be down in 5 or 6 minutes, I'd imagine, something like that. Glamis Castle Gardens in summer are wonderful, usually busy though. Oh really? You've been, have you? It's a spectacular place. I'd like to visit. So yeah, so the plan is we'll land at Dundee and take a 10-minute break there and then press onwards.
Alright, that doesn't sound bad.
Oh, sorry, Harrison. Didn't know that. You can have a wing view. You've, yeah, words are just as good. There you are.
What plane shall I fly? Gilbert, what plane shall I fly?
Up to you.
I'm gonna fly Airbus because
Okay.
that's my favorite. That's my favorite airplane and airline is EasyJet.
Okay.
If anyone wants to use DME, the frequency's 108.1.
Ah, thank you. I do. Oops, wrong one.
We have traffic on the runway.
Oh, really? Is that you?
No, I've just landed, my CM booth.
Oh, right. Ah, well, we can land through the traffic.
Yeah, the CM is down. I'm always delighted when I don't crash.
Yeah. So are you all recovered from your COVID?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I've had a bit of a rough do, but not with COVID. I seem to got a head cold or something.
Oh, right, okay.
My partner Janet, the nurse, she's returned to work last night.
Right.
Sorry, the night before, 2 nights.
Yeah.
Very, very rough. She's got 3 weeks, totally 2 weeks in bed.
Yeah.
Short hospital stay for rehydration, but very rough. Not recommended. It's a nasty piece of work.
Yeah.
But, we seem to be getting back on the even keel now.
Good, good. So you managed to avoid it despite living with her, you think?
I had to do, because if I went down with it, I mean, I'm 72, she's only 56, but if I'd have gone down, I couldn't look after her in the centre.
No.
I've had virtual nurses on 2-3 times a day, GP monitoring,
Yeah.
done gas flow reading. So luckily, when she wasn't out of it, she was looking after herself in the sense of knowing what to do.
Yes.
But then she'd sleep for many hours every day and night. Then she got zoned on her hours. She didn't know what night it was, so that got a bit complicated. Yeah, because when you're up in the night or during the day, you just lose it, you see.
Yeah.
She was getting a bit, not quite delirious, but certainly losing it quite a bit. But thank God she's going for a job today, funny enough, at 5 o'clock.
Is she? Oh, I'm really pleased she's well enough to do that. You must have been very worried.
I was, to be honest with you, I was beginning to panic a bit because she's the nurse, not me. She looks after me.
Yeah.
No, but we're a good couple. You know, we look after each other in that respect. So
it's hard. It's hard. I know.
It's very, very difficult when you're doing it. And now in the middle of it, my oldest brother's just been diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh no.
So he's got the heart problem when it stops your blood flowing through it.
Yeah.
Vascular dementia as well as Alzheimer's. So that's right in the middle of it. Signing up papers for the attorney.
Yeah.
So it's just been one of them things, isn't it? But hey, it makes you stronger.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm back on today. I'm back in the saddle.
Yeah, well, I'm pleased you are, because I remember the last one you were feeling a bit rough and you were worried that it was COVID you were going down with. So I'm really pleased to hear it wasn't.
Exactly, because I was showing a few symptoms, but luckily the GP, bless him, he knows Janet from the circuit and knows me as his patient. He rang through and said, "I'm organising you a vaccine." I was first in on last Saturday, literally 8:30. I was just after 8. And he organised me I had a chesty cough, etc. He organised some antibiotics just to make sure it wasn't, if it was an infection, something like that, which kind of got me up and about and a bit better. But because you couldn't go in, it's rather funny, because she was starting to feel a bit sweaty and rough. She went in the spare bedroom, leaving me in the big bedroom. And then
it's hard, though.
A couple of days after that, when she was really ill with it. She was going to come into the main bedroom with a TV and radio, etc. So I couldn't go back into the spare bedroom. So I've been sleeping on the settee downstairs in the lounge. So the whole thing kind of started to crash around on me.
Yeah.
Because you don't really settle in the sofa. It's great, but you can't do it. And every time I heard her, she was constantly vomiting, literally round the clock. And this last week, she came down with the vomiting was settling, but then she got a diarrhea. So it's been chaos. It's absolute chaos.
Yeah.
I see everybody's coming into land. Where are we going, Philbert? Are we all right in the middle of the?
So the GA parking is sort of near the runway 27 threshold on the grass.
Right. Okay.
So the eastern end of the airport, basically.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
Hello, Cathal. What bridge is that? That's the Tay Bridge. There are two Tay Bridges. We're going to talk a little bit about the rail bridge after the break. This is multiplayer. Your mic isn't working. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. A few people have had trouble with mics on Discord. How to use DME? Well, you tune the frequency, and then you press the DME button up here, which I haven't pressed. hence why I'm not getting a DME readout. But I have now.
Hi Philbert, I'm back. I've spawned on Dundee, on the ground at Dundee.
Oh yes, I see you. I see you. Welcome back.
Thanks, Philbert. It's dangerous, Dave. I've got to skip now, but thanks for that first flight with you.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming. Glad you
Cheers.
enjoyed it.
Oh, somebody crashed.
Yeah, somebody crashed right in front of me. Nosed over.
See, I've just vacated the runway onto the grass to try and get out of everyone's way, and I think I'm the last.
I came after you.
Oh, good.
I'm just
It was
touching
worth
down
it,
now.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Down.
I saw all the nameplates, and I thought they were all on the apron, but no, some of you are in the sky.
You remember the thrill we used to get watching other planes take off and land?
I do.
Now we can wave to each other.
Yeah, I know. Incredible, isn't it? How far things have come. So yeah, if you're looking for realistic parking, it's no obligation, but where AKA Dave is parked is spot on. And it is going to be a little bit tight.
I'm just to starboard of him, or just in front of him.
Are you?
I've got that mod on
Yeah, I'm
that
just on the grass.
Oh.
shrinks all the labels and everything's so tiny I can't see. I think I'm heading in the right direction.
Who's that coming through?
Someone speedy.
Oh.
Oh, it's the net.
Kernuts. Thought we were going to land up in Dundee again.
Right. Well, is everyone down safely, other than whoever crashed? Yeah, good. Okay, so what I propose is that we take a 10-minute break here. So back at on the hour, 1500 Zulu.
Roger.
The second half is longer, but this was the only sensible place to land. So yeah, make sure you go. I'll see you in a bit.
Don't forget Harrison shouting sausage roll.
Oh right. Oh, I must scroll up and do the chat before I go. Curious to know whether or not Dundee even has enough geopark. Yes, I think, look, we've squeezed in, more or less. There's a whole area of grass over here. Overspill. I should do the Scariest Landing Challenge, actually. Yeah, I haven't yet. 152 versus 172. Do you mean which do I prefer? 172 is certainly more comfortable, but 152 is the only plane I've flown in real life, so I've got a soft spot for that. Hello, Ben. Couldn't make the flight today. Don't you worry. Making food for the week. Gosh, that's very organised. Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Butter wasn't the smoothest landing, but good. Good. Constructive criticism, I appreciate it. Imagine a tower controller seeing you lot stacked this tight coming in. Ah, your mic's working. Good. I haven't heard you. But you're probably on your break. We'll test it out when we're all back. Petition for Philbert to have a face cam. Nah. 1 million subscribers, that's when I'm getting a face cam. Petition or no. Oh, your mic's not working again, I suppose. Yeah. Good, right, well I'm going to take a break as well, but I'll see you all in 10 minutes.
It's a pretty little town, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah, just the view over the, you call that a loch, over a river, a lake? It's not a loch.
This is one of the Orbix sceneries that he recommended.
I think he is using the, I'm on default. Pretty location.
So the name tags, you know, that Microsoft gives you, are those changeable?
Yeah, of course, that's your username.
I need to change mine.
Oh, do you mean the size and the font?
No, just to get rid of the subsided panic thing and change it to bird.
Yeah, that'd be your username,
Okay.
like your profile.
On the account.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
I believe you can change that.
I was able to change mine, but I have no memory at all of how I did it, I'm afraid. I think you have to go into Xbox Live or something like that.
Oh.
I might be wrong, it might be possible to do it within the sim.
Yeah, I think I crashed because I had little Navigraph on, filled it, because I haven't used it since I got Navigraph, and
Little
it did cause
Navigraph.
some crashes
Like that
before,
Right, okay.
so I've closed it now.
Yeah.
I read about those crashes, and I was an avid little navmap user. I haven't used it since I read about the crashes that it was causing.
Yeah, it's to do with is it the FUPIC or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
You haven't resolved that yet in the sim.
Little Navmap doesn't need FSU IPC in MSFS. You don't need to have that running.
Alright. I was doing something with it. I know I had self-loading cargo causing crashes because of IPC.
Yeah,
Stop using that, so if I use passenger stuff, I use packs instead.
fair enough.
And I don't miss the screaming of the passengers in self-loading cargo. If you don't switch the lights, the landing lights off at exactly 10,000 feet, it tells you off.
Yeah, this is what's always put me off these passenger add-ons.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've never felt the need for one. I like cabin crew, I like a first officer, but that's enough for me.
Yeah, you're talking about, is it, oh, what's it called? I've got it somewhere. FS2 crew?
FS2 crew, yeah. But I've used other things in the past that have done sort of similar stuff, and yeah, just never got into the whole passenger simulation thing.
Yeah, so it's okay. I mean, you packs and you just get someone happens. It does tell you where they go into the major cities.
Yeah.
And that is it. Or otherwise, we have reached our destination. Imagine that on an airplane. Where are we?
Yeah, exactly.
Take potluck. I just checked the real weather. It's lashing it down here.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay on few clouds throughout. Basically, I like few clouds or better, and if the live weather's better, then I'll go for it. But otherwise, I like to see the ground and all that. It needs sim connect. Yes, that's right. So Vacarus says little nav map needs sim connect. Maybe that's what you were thinking of.
Yeah. Well, I've got sim connect. Yeah, I've got sim connect with little Navigraph and Airholer 2. But I had Airholer 2 ticking in the background, but maybe that did it. Too many add-ons on.
Yeah, could be. I just have little nav map on at the moment, and it's working all right. I haven't had a crash because of it, so it might be worth giving it a go on its own just to see. Yeah, if it is that.
I always wondered about these biplanes. Why is the pilot in the back seat? Do you think that's because of weight and balance?
I've never known the answer to that either. That sounds plausible to me though. Did I fix it? I didn't. Well, I haven't done anything, but it got better when I started limiting my frames to 30. So I think I'm looking at the YouTube video now, and it seems to be okay. So rather than start a new stream, I'll just leave it going and hope it keeps up. Yeah, it looks alright as I spin around.
Hello everyone, this is Housey.
Housey, hello, how are you?
Thank you. Join you for the next leg.
Good. Nice to see you.
It's great to be here.
You'll all have to forgive me if I'm a little bit flatter than usual. I've just come off nights and I'm half asleep, but I'm getting into it. I'm trying to perk myself up.
You need a Philbert coffee.
Yeah. Sorry?
You need a Philbert coffee.
Oh, go on.
Sorry.
What's the bone?
I've come off 10 years full-time night shift, and I got back into waking up at 5:36 in the morning, and then I discovered your stream, your videos, and I'm bloody back on nights.
I can only apologise. I'm sorry, but I'm also very, very grateful that you're making the effort. So, yeah. Right, it's 3 o'clock. Shall we proceed?
Yep.
Got bad bolts.
Good.
Yeah, Dingo, I'd say follow Philbert on Facebook, but you can't.
Oh, because of the news ban?
Oh yeah, like we're all like, I think it's gonna Facebook's gonna come back to haunt them now.
We'll see.
I don't have a Facebook page.
Same.
You're probably wise, Philbert.
Yeah, I've got enough between Discord and YouTube. It's really all I've got time for. Right, I'm just going to have to drive through all of you. I'm sorry. So we're going to take off from runway 27, the same runway we landed on, and then turn back on ourselves and go and have a look at those bridges. Harrison says the passenger in a biplane is at the centre of gravity point, so that them being present or absent isn't noticeable on the dynamics of the plane. There we are.
Oh.
Is this a custom airport? Yes, there's a link in the video description. It's Orbex's Dundee. Currently on sale for £7.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's good, isn't it?
I do like it.
Yeah, it's got a really nice atmosphere.
Boy, I like all the noise the planes make as they're taxiing through the grass. Lots of rattles.
Yes, yeah.
We got a bunch of loose shit in here.
I mean, they're all 152s are all falling apart, I think. They're all pretty old.
Yeah, before my time. Yeah, I actually took flying lessons in the G1000 172s.
Say that again, sorry.
I said all my flight lessons were in 172s with the G1000s.
Oh, right, okay. So you've never done much steam gauge flying?
Nope. Had to take it up to try to figure out how to use it all.
Yeah. Do you still fly in the real world?
Not right now. I did flying lessons for about a year and a half and then just kind of quit.
Yeah, I did exactly the same. But I would like to get back into it post-COVID.
Yeah, one of these days, yeah.
How much did you charge for flying lessons, Philbert?
I was paying about £100 for an hour, I think, when I was doing it, but it's more now.
That's cheap.
Is it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I pay about 160 euros for the plane alone.
Oh, really? Gosh, that is expensive. Well, it's more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think where I'm taking was lessons probably the cheapest place in the world.
Yeah.
I think our plane was $69.50 an hour, and then my instructor was only $30 an hour, so
That's
less than
amazing.
$100 an hour
That's amazing.
for brand new planes.
Yeah.
And where was that?
Yeah, I worked for Textron Aviation, so they have a employee flying club.
Oh, right. Okay. What do you do for them?
Well, I was a furniture builder for about 15 years. I made the interiors for all the business jets, CJ4s, Latitudes, Longitudes, XLS.
Oh, wow. Right.
Yep. And so now I don't build anymore, but now I just do customer service as far as on the furniture maintenance side. So I work with the installers to help fit and trim their, the furniture in the planes, and then fix scratches and make adjustments and things.
Oh, interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
Right, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Tay Bridge, which I'm just circling overhead now. I know it won't be quite as impressive for those of you that don't have the Orbex scenery, but it's quite famous. It's 2.7 miles long, and it's also the site of one of the worst rail disasters and probably the most significant bridge collapse in the UK. So you can't actually see them in this scenery, but on the other side there are the piers of the original bridge, which opened in 1878 and collapsed in high winds a year later in December 1879 as a train was crossing it just after 7 p.m, killing 59 people. There were no survivors, and it really shook the whole country. But this is obviously a newer bridge, and still a pretty impressive one at that.
In real life, you can actually see the piers of the old bridge next to it.
Yes, indeed.
The tides out.
Yeah. And the one beyond it is the Tay Rail Bridge. Okay, onwards to St Andrews. It does seem that the people who are learning to fly in the US tend to have a lot more modern planes than we do in the UK. Almost everyone here learns to fly on a 152. There's not much else. But out there you've got a lot of Diamonds and fancier 172s and things like that floating around, I think. Let me catch up. 2 abreast takeoffs. F-18 bootleg squadron. Yeah, absolutely. So if I stop the stream and restart it, I would have to set up a whole new video on YouTube. I think with Twitch you can just stop and restart. I can't, or at least I don't know how to. Hence why I'm just carrying on now. It looks smoother. Hello, Pillow Pilot. Welcome to the stream. I am... Gosh, how old am I? You can tell I've just come off now. I'm 36. That's how old I am.
That's getting bad.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not old enough to not know the answer to that question. Put it that way.
I always wanted to get my birthday that, but I've got a twin sister.
Oh right, it's handy.
Yeah, my brother, the one that just moved to London, he just got his pilot license last year, and so he's looking to get his instrument rating while he's in the UK.
Oh right.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will. And expensive compared with what you could have done it for at home, I guess. Did you move over here for work or?
Yeah, he works for BP.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it'd be much more expensive than where he initially took his lessons, which is up around Chicago, but that was like almost $300 an hour.
Oh really? Right.
Yeah, ridiculous.
That's interesting. I always thought it was just everything to do with aviation was much cheaper in the States, but obviously it does depend where you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought everything was super expensive. That's why I never took it up.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have started it 10, 15 years ago.
Have you decided it's too late now?
Well, no, it's not really too late, but I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then I'll get finished. I was so close to being done, but I just, with the COVID shutting down, and then my instructor got a different job, so I had to get another instructor, and I kept going backwards.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, I got all the way to clear up to where I was just about ready to do my check ride.
Oh, that is a frustrating time to have to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, our
Will your
club
brother be
closed
doing
down.
it commercially? Sorry, will your brother end up doing it commercially?
Who, me?
I don't.
No, the pilot, his brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're just doing it for fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Initially, he wanted to do it for traveling because it's just much faster than driving.
Yeah.
He was driving all over the U.S. to see his kids. You know, they were scattered between Montana, Texas, Kansas.
So it just hire a dry plane, fill it, drive it, and drop it off.
Yeah.
Puts a new dimension to hers, doesn't it?
So we've just flown overhead RAF Lucas, and we're approaching St Andrews Links, which is one of the oldest golf courses in the world. Golf's been played here since the 15th century, and it actually consists of 7 separate courses. And the town up ahead of us is St Andrews, and I'm going to talk about a couple of places as we fly over, all of which come very close together. So we might have to do a couple of little circles around. This golf course isn't quite as pretty as I feel it should be for St Andrews. I don't know if it's just in the sim.
Yeah, it looks quite realistic.
Does it?
Played on 2 of the courses there.
Oh, have you?
I'm not very good, but played on 2.
Yeah, I've just seen it on TV.
Yeah.
It's got the gorse with the yellow flowers.
Yeah.
It's not the gorse. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Good.
The bunkers are deep.
Yes. Very.
So the first point of interest in the town itself that we're going to come to is the University of St Andrews, which is the 3rd oldest university in the UK, after Oxford and Cambridge. Founded in 1410, and of course it's where Wills and Kate met. There are more important alumni, but they're probably the most famous.
I'm one of them.
Are you? Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you told me that, didn't you? In the yeah, you got married here and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there before Kate and Wills, though. I wish I'd bought a flat or a house because the property prices just shot up after they'd been there.
Did they really?
Yeah.
And this is.
Then they moved out.
You feel a bit.
Sorry?
Is this freeware scenery you
Yes.
got to start with?
Yeah.
Right, yes.
It's not bad, is it? And the building, the ruins that I've just flown over, and I'll do a circle around just so you can have a good look at them, are the ruins of St Andrew's Cathedral, which was built in 1158 and was the centre of the medieval Catholic Church. Fell into disuse and ruin after Catholic Mass was outlawed during the 16th century Scottish Reformation. So that's what those ruins are.
The big tower is called St Paul's Tower. You can climb to the top.
Oh, can you?
It's a nice view over the town.
Yeah, I bet. Is there anywhere else we should be having a look at while we're here, Mark?
Well, I'm just about to fly over the castle, and it's horrendous.
Yeah.
It's an office block.
Yeah, I deliberately left that out of my notes because I looked at it and thought, no, that something's gone wrong there.
If you see the other small tower with the quadrangle, that's where I got married.
Oh, I'm going to come back and have another look for that.
It's just west from the castle.
Just west of the castle, okay.
Back one street, south street. You should see it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like an impressive church, actually.
It's very nice.
I hate to think what the people down there are thinking, and we're all buzzing their flats.
Yeah. Well, we're just trying to lower the house prices again a little bit for for Mark.
I could drop a few World War bombs from this pipeline.
I feel like I'm in Pearl Harbor. Everybody's zooming around.
Yeah, I decided after the first 4 or 5 flights on this Bimbles around Britain that I was no longer going to go for realism, and I was going to focus instead on sightseeing.
Yeah, that golf course has quite the clubhouse.
Yes.
Yeah, well, the big building you see that's to the kind of left of the, or kind of in the middle of the golf course is a hotel.
Oh wow.
It's called the Old Course Hotel.
So is this photogrammetry working for everyone? Because the last one we looked at, which was Glasgow, I think, was a bit hit and miss.
No, I think this is okay. There's a few blocky, blobby trees, but not.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I do.
My screen is pretty stuttery,
Right.
but I'm running on Ultra and 4K. My processor is not the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll probably steer clear of 4K for a while.
Yeah, I can't believe how hard it is to get graphics cards. It's ridiculous.
No, something has to be done.
Yeah.
I don't know what. This is how capitalism works, isn't it? But something has to be done.
Yeah. Gosh.
One of them Bitcoin miners, right?
Sorry?
It's damn Bitcoin miners, I think.
Yeah.
Driving up the prices.
It's Bitcoin miners, but it's also people who are just buying in bulk and flogging them on eBay, isn't it, these days as well?
Triple the price.
Yeah.
I can't believe people actually pay for them.
I think Nvidia have said that for the, is it the 3060 Ti or something, they're going to do something to it to stop, to reduce the performance when it's doing Bitcoin mining to try and put people off.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's not too bad to buy stuff here in Bulgaria because a lot of the tech companies moved here because of the cheap wages. So we have a lot of stuff around.
Let me just answer some of the YouTube chat. Robert, his go-to GA plane is the Coronado Mooney. Is that what you used to fly, Steve?
I think I had that crash in that one once.
Okay.
Or was it the other one, the first one that ever came out?
I think that was the Mooney, the first one that came out.
Well, I did a Mooney.
Why am I flying on the Southeast Asia server? Because it tends to be quieter. So the ping is less relevant than how many people are on the server at any one time. Certainly in this part of the world it's quieter. Loads of it's good turnout today. Not everyone who you can see is with us, but most are. Yes, I do live in the UK. I live in northeast London. Probably not far from you, Vacaris. Vacaris, I think that's how you say it, I'm sorry. Hello, Flight Level 360. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I'm caught up now. Where are we going to now? Well, the Loman Hills, they're very pretty. You'll enjoy them. Yeah, I couldn't find much out about the Duke's Golf Course, which was our last waypoint. But it helped us to turn the corner smoothly.
It's one of the newer golf courses that was built, I don't know, maybe 20 years ago or so.
Oh, okay.
And made into a separate resort kind of thing.
Right.
Is that named after the Duke of Edinburgh?
To be honest, I don't know.
What do I think of Linate by Jetstream? I think it's very good. Yeah, you were lucky, Robert. Harrison, no worries. Sleep well, and see you soon.
Prince Andrew was head of the Royal in Ancient for a while. He was probably a Duke of something. Maybe it was named for him. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, everybody's kept quiet.
Who?
Everybody just kept quiet. Didn't remark about what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we'd get a few captions.
I tell you what, I love this plane. It's so manoeuvrable.
I think I am going to buy... Is it the Piper Arrow that's coming out from someone? I think that'll probably be my first GA plane that I purchase.
Who makes that, Philbert?
I can't remember. Is it Just Flight?
Like Just Flight, I think.
Yeah.
I like it gives you different. It's given different options for the cockpits. You can have like completely steam gauge, or you can actually have a 530.
Really, I didn't know that.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be nice.
Yeah. I live in Waltham Forest, Vacaris.
Yeah, I just want a few more planes because I don't want to buy any more. So up now they're not. Seem okay, but
The defaults nowadays seem to be as same as the A2A used to be. They're very good.
They are. Especially the 152.
I can't get used to going back to Steam and no autopilot, etc.
Yeah.
I'm convinced I'm a G1000 pilot now.
I put that working title mod in the TBM, which gives it a moving map, and everything is pretty good.
Yeah. I've used it on the Caravan, and I have to say I don't know how to use any of the Garmin touch screens at all. I can generally get the autopilot on, but that's about it. I need to sit down and do some learning at some point.
They're not big. Start again. Put my teeth back in. They're not difficult once you get the menus in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole outer knob, inner knob thing is a little confusing at first.
Can be, yeah. I had my lovely little VR Insight box programmed, but then, of course, the new flight sim's come out, and they haven't put out the drivers yet, so I'm to do it manually now.
Right.
I could just press buttons and change it all in front of me, and the actual plane responded.
Nice.
Yeah, it is. It's 400 quid though.
Oof.
Set up for the Boeing 767.
Okay.
But I found out you could still use your default Microsoft or P3D preferred planes anyway. But since this new one, they haven't quite got the drivers yet.
Right. Yeah, I've got plans. I've got plans to board out my loft and move all of my flight simming stuff up there, and then I'll have room for all sorts of things. But at the moment, I'm sort of constrained to a corner of my living room. So, which is good in terms of my bank balance.
And you get to watch the telly while you fly, can't you?
Yeah.
In-flight movie.
Well, I used to be able to before I started streaming. Those days are sort of over now. But I do the odd flight on my own and yeah, relax during the cruise. Jason, you're torn with the Madrid Latin VFR airport. You think you'll keep the default as you have the Premium Deluxe anyway? Yeah, I mean that was the sort of conclusion I came to. It is definitely an improvement on the default, but it's not so much of an improvement that that it's worth buying. That's just my opinion. Other people absolutely love it, so.
After I downloaded the new UK 2 days ago, I've taken the Icon 5 up to the Lake District and landed on a few of the lakes, and the water is just no words to explain when you landed on the water.
Oh really? Has it improved? Did you notice the difference?
It was very good before, but the water could be a little bit rolly. If you've ever been on a boat, it does roll, etc. It's now a bit more choppier. I haven't quite got it right, so it's very light as the Icon 5. When you come down, you've got to bring it at about 70 knots, 80 to get a splash through like you're in a boat. And I keep bouncing. I'm sort of hitting it, and then the water drops below me, then it comes up again, it drops below me, so I'm bouncing along. So I cut the throttle instinctively, and it kind of goes into the water. So when you're taking off, you've got to drag it back out again. So it's still interesting, but I like just being in the lakes and landing. Do a little mini tour instead of being just on the hills. You go over the hills and back down the valleys. It's fantastic to do.
Yeah, I might have to give that a go. So these are the Loman Hills. We've got West Lomond and East Lomond. We've just flown past East Lomond. And West Lomond is the highest point in the county of Fife at 1,713 feet, which probably would be more impressive if we hadn't flown over Ben Nevis a couple of weeks ago. But still, very picturesque. How do you pronounce what, Baccharis? I'm going to do some flyby shots of you all in the drone. I'm going to try to anyway. Someone let me know if I'm about to crash into a hill while I do it.
We'll film you crashing into a hill.
Yeah.
You're clear. I'm on your wings, so you're clear.
Thanks.
Don't be a spoil sport. Crash now you've told us.
I'll shoot you down, Philber.
I think he'll shoot us down with the drone.
We'll all go into drones and film you on the floor in a mess.
Shouldn't have told me about the number pad trimming. Oh, Waltham. Waltham by Chris. Good. There are two lagging behind a little bit. I don't even know if they're with us or if they're just following us. Safe Basil, are you here? Red 5 Airways, are you here? No. So I'll get back in the cockpit. And I'll start pointing the plane in the right direction. That might be a good idea as well. So this is Loch Leven, which is 3.7 miles at its longest, partially drained in 1826 to 36 as part of the canalisation of the River Leven, prior to which it was much larger. There is a castle on one of its 7 islands called Loch Leven Castle, which is where Mary Queen of Scots was imprisoned in 1567. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll probably look like an office block, but still.
Yeah, well, the island is that small one to the right, with the trees sticking out of it.
Okay, the smallest of the tree, the two.
No, the kind of the larger of the. It's like a little cluster of a large one, a medium one, and
yeah,
2 small ones. It's the large one.
Okay.
You can get a boat across from Kinross.
Oh right.
To go and see it.
Let's go down and have a little look.
Yeah, there is a building there.
Isn't it? Yeah, that's right, Vacaris. Yeah, you're correct.
Is it a castle?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a castle.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
Looks more like a castle than an office block, I'd say.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah, it is. It's pretty castly. I'm impressed. That's the second time I've besmirched the autogen in this sim and been proven wrong.
I suppose they bring out payware, you'll get Mary Queen of Scots' head rolling down the hill.
It got a bit chatty towards the end. It took that many strikes to get it off her neck. I think it was about three strikes.
Oh.
I think the thing about Mary Queen of Scots was she was imprisoned all over the place, so almost any castle you go to in the country.
Yeah, but
in Derbyshire as well, and places.
we called it safety for her.
Oh, very topical.
That's what they sold it as, for her protection, because they were trying to depose her themselves and get James in.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid going to London to Madame Tussauds, they had those little machines with scenes that played, you put a coin in, and one was Mary Queen of Scots getting a head chopped off.
Tasteful.
Wow.
Gosh.
I don't know if they still got those machines, they're quite quaint.
One other thing about Loch Leven there is, on the south side there is an RSPB nature reserve.
Oh right.
It's really nice. You can actually walk all the way around the loch. There's a footpath all the way around. But I just heard on the news last night that one of the bird hides at Loch Leven was set on fire last night.
No.
Destroyed.
Who would do that?
Some idiot.
Yeah.
Boredom embodied in the human.
I've heard they were making a machine that when you put your penny in, you could see the fire. Catch up. So don't start laughing, I'll go back to the sheep.
I left the sheep at home, they're all singing Argentinian folk songs. I tell you, after seeing the Falklands, I wondered why they ever invaded. It's nothing. Just grass. Hence the sheep. Nothing.
I think on one of the flights a couple of months ago, I think it was it Macy M, you mentioned about we were talking about the Oak Hill Hills and the way the sunlight shines off them.
Yep.
That's these up on the right hand side.
Right. Towards Cumbernauld.
Well, they're in front. They're kind of north of Tillicoultry and Alloa and things. If you follow the line of them, you do get to Cumbernauld. Yeah, but Cumbernaulds a bit further on.
Right, beautiful part of the country. It's a shame that we're flying into the light because you don't get the textures, do you?
I was just thinking that.
Are we on live time?
Yeah. You needn't be though.
Hey, I plan to go for today.
Oh, okay, JP. Well, nice to have you along. And next
Thanks,
one will
JP.
be in 2 weeks.
Okay, I'll see you guys then.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I did the same thing last night. I flew this, and the sun was going down, so it was still in my face.
Yeah.
That's even worse then, isn't it? You can't see anything.
Yeah.
I have a very annoying smudge on my windscreen towards the left port, and I want to get my finger out and wipe the actual screen of the plane, and it's there, and every
I've
time I
done
fly
that a
I
few
see the
times.
smudge.
I do that the opposite way round. I see something that I'm pretty sure is on the windscreen. I think, oh, that looks quite realistic actually, and it's on my monitor.
It's not a bird strike, is it?
It looks
don't
like
know
an
how many-
insect strike though.
Yeah. I've watched so many videos where you're like watching somebody's screen, there'll be something on there, and I'll be like blowing on my phone trying to blow it off.
Funny things we do, isn't it?
Immediately feel like an idiot.
But why would the developer put a smudge on my windscreen? That's just mean, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's called immersion.
I'd immersion if I got hold of him. It's every time I fly, I see it.
They should at least give you the option to clean the windshield.
Exactly.
They should.
You could get windscreen wipers and water and squirt it, couldn't
Yeah.
What plane is that? Does it
you?
come
I
as
mean, SR22.
I think there's a mod you can download that just gives you clean glass in all the planes.
Yeah.
Are you winding me up?
No, I believe it's true.
a
You know what?
flight
I'm going to sound crazy, but I reckon there's a bird ahead.
on the instruments?
What?
I'm serious. It's a white little dot zooming around the mountains. There's no label on it.
Well, if you do crash, you'll never get the mark off.
It's about 1 or 2 miles ahead.
Where are you?
No, it couldn't be. I'm right beside you.
It's probably me.
Yeah, you might be in the distance.
I'm trying my best to slow it down, but I keep stalling.
The nameplates do disappear from time to time. I don't know why. Oh yeah, you are. You're right on my 7 o'clock, aren't you?
Yeah, there it is.
I don't see it.
It's a pretty little town.
No, it's definitely in plane, but it's not rendering for some reason. It's just a white dot.
Oh right.
It's weird. Gorgeous colour.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
As I say, the hills on the right, when you have the sunset or sunrise, the shadows that get created by those kind of lumps and bumps are really pretty.
Right, you've convinced me to do a bit of fiddling with the time.
You're going to prove me wrong then.
Well, I don't know what it looks like in the sim, but yeah, you see, I see lit lumps and bumps and it does look stunning. I'm sure it's even better in reality, but I think I get what you mean. Oh, good. I'm glad you'll be able to join on the 6th, Jason. Right, I'm going back to live time now. It's enough. That's enough prettiness. Let's go back to staring at the sun.
Yeah.
So we're coming up to
See
the.
all
Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say you could really see all the scratches in your windshield.
Yes. Yeah. We're coming up to the Wallace Monument now, which was completed in 1869 to commemorate Sir William Wallace, and it's one of the new points of interest in the World Update. Mark, can you tell us anything about William Wallace?
But he wasn't really an Australian in the film, you mean?
But he still died.
You shattered my dream.
No, I didn't study Scottish history because I grew up in England, so you'd have to ask my wife.
Right, okay.
Mel Gibson it is then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, all I've noted down is that he was a knight and one of the main leaders during the First War of Scottish Independence, but I think probably most people had a vague idea of that already.
Who was the baddie in that movie? I can't remember. I get mixed up with Braveheart.
It was Braveheart.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about.
He was the baddie, wasn't he?
Are we going to stare up in controversy there?
That's where you're from. If you're English, is a baddie. He's a freedom fighter if you're Scottish. Unfortunately, I've got to be careful because my partner's Scottish.
Yeah, I got a clout round the ear if you're not careful.
No, that's my least of my troubles.
What's this sticking up ahead?
That is the monument, I think.
Yep. Again, you can
Oh,
climb to the top
hill.
of that.
Does it look like Mel Gibson?
Actually, the view from the top is really good because you can see you can see the river, the Forth on the left, all the wiggles of the meandering and the almost Oxbow Lakes. It's quite a view from the Wallace Monument.
Do you know, you just don't hear enough about Oxbow Lakes these days.
I don't know, good old classical geography.
But I see the almost Oxbow Lakes, and it brings back memories, not necessarily happy ones, but memories certainly. Well, I might do a couple of little circuits around it, I think, to admire it when it's less of a silhouette.
So when was that built?
1869.
So they took their time putting it up.
When I went to England, I went to Glastonbury and they've got that. Is it called the Tor? Some monument that's next to it?
Rings a bell.
We've got Glastonbury Tor, I think, is the hill, and there's there's a church on top or something, or a monument on top or something. Yeah.
It's the closest I've been to what we're looking at.
Is this part of the UK update, so it's always been here?
It's part of the UK update.
Ah.
Yeah, before that it was an office block.
I tell you what else is part of the UK update? Balmoral. So we were just a couple of weeks too early to see it in all its glory. But that was the other castle that I think it was the other castle that I told everyone would be an office block, and I was proved wrong.
So the monument's actually a castle.
Oh, well, it's just a tower, but it's got a fancy top to it. Yeah, it's got steps up through the middle. And you just get quite close to the top.
Yeah, so we're doing quite a significant detour to see this and the next few waypoints, but I felt it was worth it.
It's fantastic.
They're not bad at the old 3D modelling Asobo, are they, when they put their minds to it?
I've identified what that white dot is. It's off your left wing, Philbert. It's something to do with the label over your name or something.
Oh, okay. It's not a light, is it? Because sometimes in multiplayer I see other people's lights protruding. Yeah. Okay, is everyone monumented out for now?
Yeah.
So Stirling Castle is very close by.
Ah.
It's just amongst the top of this hill ahead of us. And it's strategically located by what was, until the 1890s, originally the farthest downstream crossing point of the River Forth. And before the union with England, Stirling Castle was also one of the most used of the many Scottish royal residences, a palace as well as a fortress. There have been at least 8 sieges of the castle, with the last being in 1746, when Bonnie Prince Charlie unsuccessfully tried to take it.
That's very nice.
Yeah? Oh, my sim's just frozen. Oh, we're back. It's okay.
I minded that around the Wallace Monument as well.
Oh, did it?
So obviously the scenery.
Yeah. Glad it wasn't just me. Quite nice gardens as well from the looks of it.
So we in Stirling, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a friend who went to Stirling University.
Oh.
Did you get a chance to look at Hampton Court Palace for a bit? I thought that was really good.
No, I haven't yet. No.
It's really, really well done.
You see that on the approaches to the Nines at Heathrow, don't you, actually? So I'm sure I will see it.
Yeah, I've been there a few times in real life.
Yeah, it's a lovely place.
Can't wait for the French update, Mansion Versailles.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Mind you, Orbex have done some Paris landmarks, haven't they?
Oh,
I haven't looked at them, so I bet it's in there.
That's the next update, world update, isn't it? It's France.
It's France, yeah. Is it
Yeah,
just
see,
France?
I didn't buy Liverpool. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, it is better, but yeah, I can see why it wasn't the most sensible release coming up to the world update. It would have been interesting if they made online flying anti-collision. It is. I mean, you can't crash into other players if that's what you mean. Are you? Sorry?
I've hit you about 3 times and I've well gone down by now.
Suhaib, good. I'm glad you're here. Welcome, and glad you're enjoying the Bimbles. Abdul, you're on your PC now. Excellent news. Vakaris, you're going to test the 4G in the Jubilee Line tunnel. I didn't even know there was 4G in the Jubilee Line tunnel. That's exciting.
So what's bimble mean?
It sort of means sort of a wander, sort of a gentle trip, I suppose.
Okay. Kind of like meandering.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think you got it out of an Enid Blyton book, didn't you?
I have no idea where I picked it up. I just thought I thought it was in common use around England, but my parents had never heard of it, and neither had a lot of my friends. But we used it a lot in the ambulance service, I think. I don't know why. Just take a slow bimble back to station, that sort of thing. France, Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. Thanks, Caffel. That's the next update. Yeah, and I think we should get a full 3D Paris. Can you imagine them doing a full 3D London and then not doing the same for Paris? That'd be outrage.
Or
I was thinking rather than the Philbettes, we could be the Bimblies.
Yeah.
Philbett and the Bimblies.
That sounds like Bimbo.
Are we then the Bimblettes? Sounds like a 1968 group, doesn't it?
It does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sam Cooke and his Bimblettes.
Sounds kind of feminine.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was originally, when I started Club Filbert, I was originally going to refer to people as the Filbets, but I thought some people might not like that.
It's rather feminine.
It is rather feminine. Unlike the membership of Club Filbert, which is exclusively masculine.
I've never asked, where did Filbert come from, the name?
The name Filbert, gosh. So, back when I was sort of 17, 18, in the days of MSN Messenger, one of my friends and I used to just go pick a new nickname for no real reason every day from an online naming dictionary, and we'd move forwards and backwards in the alphabet. Absolute nonsense, no reason at all for it, but we did it. And Filbert was just a name that I thought that stuck, and I quite liked it. So yeah.
I thought your name was Philbert.
No, my French cousin is called Philbert. So we're coming up to the Falkirk Wheel now, which is a rotating boat lift. I don't know if any of you downloaded the scenery. I'm sure some of you did.
I did.
Good.
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, good.
I've been on it.
Have you been on it?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Gosh.
That's more interesting than my facts. Where were you off to?
It was on a 3-week tour in the motorhome 2 years ago. We got the little Kelpies as well, some miniature Kelpies.
Yeah, they're our next
at
stop.
The base. So you get your ticket and you join like a little Lagonda, flat-bottomed, sailing.
Okay.
It locks up behind you, the gate comes up, and then all of a sudden the one above you starts to rotate and balances the weight. So you pass as you come along zero, and then you're at the very top. The gate in front of you comes down, and then the Lagonda moves forward gently, and it joins up in a basin, which is the canal.
Right.
It's very good. You go down to the end, he talks to you, you spin around a little bit, and eventually turns around and brings you back onto the top with the gate behind you, and then you spin right back down again, open the gate, and then the next one's coming past you coming up.
Right.
It's very rusty and smelly, but on the photographs it's quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it.
I watched a YouTube video of it this morning. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It is actually. So I'm an ex-engineer, and it's just wonderful to watch the mechanics of it.
It's very good, yeah.
I can't believe how little electricity it takes to move it.
Well, it's equal force, isn't it?
Yeah. It said that it takes the amount of electricity it is to boil 8 kettles of water. That's it.
Really? That's amazing.
Probably what the smell was.
So there it is, and it's a pretty nice model. The only thing that lets it down is the water. You know, the contrast between the actual water and the texture. Oh, I'm really not good at flying. Sorry?
I think if you stick the wind in, does the water change?
No, it's just a flat texture.
Yeah, he said it wasn't worth modeling the movement because it takes about 8.5 minutes to do one revolution.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty slow.
So I'll tell you a little bit more about it from my research. So it connects the Forth and Clyde Canal with the Union Canal, and it opened in 2002 as part of the Millennium Link project, which was a plan led by British Waterways to regenerate Scotland's canals and reconnect Glasgow and Edinburgh. Raises boats by 24 metres, 79 feet, but boats still have to pass through 2 lochs at the top which I don't think are modelled in the scenery. They're just sort of beyond that aqueduct there. Because the Union Canal is still 11 metres higher than that aqueduct. The two canals were originally connected by a series of 11 locks, and it took most of a day to pass through the whole flight. They fell into disuse by the 30s and were dismantled in 1933. So there was no connection here at all for a very long time. And that is the limit of my knowledge on the Falkirk Wheel.
The two locks are, I wouldn't say modelled, but they are visible.
Are they?
Yeah, you have to. Once you come off the top, you're going to go through a tunnel, and then the canal continues on the other side of the tunnel.
Oh yes, I see them. Here they are. In fact, I remember walking to these locks when I visited. I'd forgotten they were beyond the tunnel.
It's all solar powered too, isn't it? Those all solar panels on the building?
I don't know, to be honest with you. Sounds likely for a 2002 project that doesn't use much electricity, doesn't it? Do one more pass and then we'll press on to the Kelpies. Thank you, Vacarus. I sound 14 years younger than I am. I'll take that. I think. Oh yes, I see what you mean about it. They do look like solar panels for sure. Hello, Darren. Nice to see you.
The wheel is quite a good kind of midpoint between Glasgow and Edinburgh. If you cycle along the towpath from Glasgow to Edinburgh, you can have lunch at Falkirk Wheel.
Oh, nice. How far apart are they?
It's about, well, along the towpath it's about 60 miles. So
okay.
It's long. I've done it once. It killed me.
I feel they should build a hotel at the Falkirk Wheel for an overnight stop, to be honest. 30 miles for me is a nice bike ride. More than that is a slog.
Yeah.
Right, Kelpies. So these are part of the World Update, and they are shape-shifting spirits inhabiting lakes. And these sculptures that we're about to look at were built as part of the Helix, a parkland project built to connect 16 communities next to the Forth and Clyde Canal extension. And they were open to the public in April 2014. Any more on Kelpies, Mark?
No, they're quite large. They're quite impressive when you walk up to them, and you can get some nice photos.
Yeah.
I think they sometimes light them up from inside.
Oh, do they? Nice.
Yeah, it's multicoloured at different times of day. It's quite beautiful.
Yeah.
I could slow this bloody plane down.
Yeah, I've got. In fact, I'm going to extend a second stage of flaps. Don't mean to rub it in, but I'm going to.
I'm trying to get down below 130 knots.
Wow.
So it's ridiculous. I don't know where they get the power from.
It's quite impressive how far away you can see them too.
Yeah.
What to look for.
Yeah, they are huge.
There they are.
I hold my hands up. I should have made a note of the dimensions. I didn't.
Oh well. They're just massive. That's enough, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
The pictures posted in Discord really show it. The size of the place.
Is that a lock in between?
Yeah, the canal goes by there.
Yeah.
So.
And a little turning basin thing, isn't it? Nice that they've included some boats as well. But this is another brilliant bit of Asobo modelling. I mean, to say nothing of the guy who actually built the real things, but they do look really lifelike, don't they?
Isn't it the beauty of this simulator though is, like when the update came out, I was flying around Edinburgh and I saw them, I was like, why do they call horses Kelpies?
Yeah.
And so I went on Google and looked it up, and yeah, education is wonderful.
Yeah. I have learned so much about the UK just from doing this trip. Admittedly, I forget most of it within a week, but it has been
yeah. At least you put it in there.
Yeah, exactly. It has been interesting.
You're our very own tour guide.
Yeah.
You never know when one of those facts is just going to pop out.
Exactly.
Always got it there.
Exactly.
You'll go for an interview in 10 years' time and something come flying out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll say, he's a clever bugger, get rid of him.
Sorry, I've been neglecting you in YouTube chat. Apologies. I'm very well, thanks, Darren. My knowledge is better than... Vacarus says that my knowledge is better than his history teacher, but she's 54 years old. Well, that's Wikipedia for you. I won't lie. It's Wikipedia and notes, Vacarus. I couldn't... I'm sure she has more knowledge in her brain than I do. Yeah, this is multiplayer, Edwin. They need to fix the bridges. They do. Yeah, they are amazing. They are amazing.
Has anyone got a big tower on the left, on the north bank of the Forth there?
Roger Alston,
Yes,
thank you
I
for the
have.
sub.
Yes, I see that.
Oh yes, is that not real?
Well, there used to be a power station there called Longannet,
Okay.
so it
No,
might
it's
be
Long-
to do with that.
No, it's Long Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Finlay, thank you for the sub as well. Anyone else? I haven't actually plugged how wonderful it is to subscribe to my channel. You should all subscribe to my channel. It's a great thing to do. Rip Pip Pip, thank you for the sub as well. And Philip, thank you. So this is the Forth that we are following, and we're making our way towards the Forth bridges, which you can see in the distance there. There's the Forth Bridge and the Forth Road Bridge, but more on them later. For now, we're going to Linlithgow. Linlithgow, is it? Is that how you pronounce it? I think so.
Yep.
Yep. Linlithgow Palace, which is a ruined 15th century palace, once was one of the principal residences of the monarchs of Scotland until they left for England in 1603. But it was burnt out in 1746, so it's been derelict for quite a long while.
Sure got a lot of ruined stuff up here.
Yeah. They just don't look after things, the Scots.
A lot of ruined stuff everywhere, just blame Henry VIII.
It's true. I don't think this is actually in the sim. I think I decided that this was in the world update for some reason. There was certainly one of the waypoints that I flew over yesterday, and I was like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. This might be it. But fortunately, we started with the Falls of Feugh, so it's all uphill from there.
Yeah, Lithgow Palace in real life is quite distinctive.
Yeah.
Top of the main tower, it's got these kind of white, I don't know what you call them, like arch bits made out of white material.
Okay.
So it stands out.
Interesting. Yeah, this is just an auto-gen monstrosity, I think. Unless I'm looking in the wrong place. Am I looking in the wrong place? I might be. I think I assumed it was this warehouse, but there's a churchy thing over here.
You should be on the edge of the loch.
Right. No, I don't see it. I just see auto-gen stuff.
Yeah, I think it might be that kind of rectangular building. That's
Yeah.
Off his block.
Yeah. So currently about 600 feet above the ground, Darren. You can see my altitude here on this gauge. But we'll do a little bit of climbing and head for the fourth bridge.
So you're not flying under them then?
Do you know, I might. I did yesterday. I have crash detection turned off, and there was a distinct scraping sound as I flew under them. So I wouldn't recommend it to anyone who has crash detection turned on.
Mess up your new livery.
Can you turn that on?
Sorry?
Can you turn a crash thing on? I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, it's in the realism settings. You can turn crash detection on or off, and there are also some other related settings in there, I think.
I think it's recommended for multi-flying that you have it off because the lunatics out there will just take you out.
Yeah, I don't know if you can ever crash into other players, can you? I'm not sure.
You can't.
No.
Mine's always turned on, and planes have flown through me. And
Right.
That's what I said. There's quite a few got through me today.
But you can crash into a horse, though.
Yes, I believe you could.
Yeah.
That takes real skill.
Or a bridge.
Don't ask me how I know.
I was gonna say, is that something you're familiar with? Or?
Yeah, I've never seen a horse so big.
Have they made it so you can fly under these bridges, though? Someone was saying you can fly under the London Bridge.
I did it yesterday. I'm just reluctant to recommend it to anyone else in case it was a fluke. But I'm going to do it again today, so follow me at your peril.
Yeah. I'm volunteering. Crash detection on.
Well, this isn't a rental plane, so I'm gonna not.
The science.
So the first bridge we're coming to is the fourth road bridge. The second bridge, the red one, is the fourth bridge. Never call it the fourth rail bridge if you're talking to a train spotter. I made that mistake once.
There should be 3 bridges.
Are there 3 bridges?
Yeah, first one's Queen's Ferry Crossing,
Oh,
which is the new one.
hush my mouth. Thank you. Yes, there are 3 bridges. So yeah, the first bridge we come to is the Queen's Ferry Crossing, which is relatively new.
Correct.
Nice recovery.
Very smooth, very smooth. That's a tour guide working for you. Are we your guinea pigs before you go commercial?
You are. I'm heading straight up to Dundee after this stream to hire a plane. Hello, Reese. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Welcome. Yes, you can. Yeah, that's a good point. You can also turn off crash in dev mode if you don't want to go through the other menus.
I'm committed.
You will be.
Good luck.
All right, first one, so good. Oh, dead.
Dead.
Will we see him crash and disintegrate?
There you go, for science.
I saw it jump, but it looks like you landed on the. Oh gosh, someone else just jumped over the bridge.
Is it high
Gonna have a
tide?
cup of coffee early.
Oh yeah, see, a bit of a scrape for me, but I'm fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah. Have a look from outside, try and work out what's going on. Yeah, it's just a bit of a bump. It's weird, isn't it? You'd have thought either they would be solid or you could fly underneath them, not that they would just scrape your plane a bit. The red one, the rail bridge, I flew under without a scrape. Don't know why. Don't know what the difference is.
You think you'd fix the traffic, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would.
The traffic's on the water and some of it.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Forth Bridge. It was built between 1882 and 1890, and when it opened, it had the longest single cantilever bridge span in the world. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's considered a symbol of Scotland because it was voted Scotland's greatest man-made wonder in 2016, and that's because they hadn't built the Kelpies yet.
Which one are we talking about? The railway one or the other one?
The railway one.
Right.
Oh yeah, God, not the other one. The Forth Road Bridge kept getting shut in high winds, so that's one of the reasons they built the Queensferry crossing.
Ah, right.
Just to make the crossing more reliable. And the Queensferry crossing is definitely much better from a wind perspective. They did lots of modelling of it, things, and so when there are high winds, it stays open. However, when it's icy, icicles form on the suspension rods, the suspension cables, and fall off on the vehicles, so they actually close the bridge.
No.
So they haven't solved all the problems.
So you've got one bridge you can use in the wind but not in the ice, and the other one that you can use in the ice but not the wind.
Basically, yeah.
If they don't work, just get the train.
Yeah, that one never shuts. The trains just go over slower when it's windy.
One problem at a time. One problem at a time.
Yeah. It is spectacular though, isn't it? It really is. How many people can it carry down? This plane can carry only 2. So there's a seat next to me and a bit of room for luggage in the back. That's it. Onwards, or do you want to do a couple more laps around the bridges?
I'm okay to go on.
Okay. So we're heading towards Edinburgh now. It's very close by. And I've got a few little bits to point out in the photogrammetry. The first one being the Royal Yacht Britannia, which I thought was in the photogrammetry, but in fact isn't. But you'll see a sunken ship, and that's the Royal Yacht Britannia.
The Royal Canoe.
Does anyone have any knowledge on the Royal Yacht Britannia?
I didn't even know it's.
Yeah, they sold it.
They sold
It's a
it?
hotel now, isn't it?
No, it's a museum ship, I think.
Yeah, you can go around it.
I've been round it. It was very interesting. It was in service from 1954 to 1997, and it was the formal royal yacht of Queen Elizabeth, obviously with those dates.
Did a state opening of the Gazella wing.
I've seen it in The Crown.
Oh right, yeah.
I think it's in the first series.
Oh, Air Pilot MD-80. Can I please say again the name of the bridges? So they're the fourth bridges. You've got the Forth Bridge, which is the rail bridge. You've got the Forth Road Bridge, and was it the Queensferry Crossing? Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Queensferry Crossing, which is the new one. So they are, they cross over the Firth of Forth.
Trying to say that after a few drinks.
There was the famous comedic sketch about the Scottish football scores with Forfar and East Fife. It was like Forfar 4, East Fife 5, or Forfar 5, East Fife 4.
That does ring a bell, actually.
My partner says that quite often, actually.
Are you going to Edinburgh Castle? Because I've got ahead of you again.
Yes, we are going past Edinburgh Castle.
This thing is too powerful.
But at the moment, we're still heading east towards the Royal Yacht and Leith.
Alright, I'll follow you. Turn
Yeah, I
right.
did. When I flew by it yesterday, I didn't see it.
Sugar.
Which, the yacht?
It's a sunken
Yeah.
yacht.
Yeah, it's sunken.
Oh, no wonder.
You can sort of make out an outline.
Shouldn't we be in a submarine then?
We should really, yeah.
Oh boy.
Am I doing any flights tomorrow? Yes, I'm doing 3 flights tomorrow, Darren. It's a very exciting stream. To celebrate passing 3,000 subscribers, I'm giving away 3 Orbex products, 1 on each flight. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it. You'll see it scheduled for midday tomorrow. So we're flying from Dundee to Dublin in the CJ4, then from Dublin to Vienna in the A320, and from Vienna to Niš. Actually, Niš isn't too far from where you are, is it, Steve?
Nish.
Niš, in Serbia.
Oh, I'm sort of, I suppose. It's one direction. I was supposed to go to Serbia before the lockdown. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Got closed. I was going to go to the capital.
So this is the sunken Royal Yacht Britannia. Well worth a look if you're ever in this part of the world. Less worth a look if you're in the sim, to be honest.
Next to the mall.
Yeah. Well, that's all the museum that goes with it, if I remember rightly. It's like is it a maritime museum, or is it just specifically about the yacht? I can't remember. It was a while ago. So the area that's by the port is called Leith, famous as the setting for Train Spotting. The film, not the activity.
And the Proclaimers song.
And the Proclaimers song, yes, this is true. It's quite trendy these days, though, isn't it? It's not. It's all been gentrified, I think.
Yeah, the sim
Proclaimers live.
doesn't do it justice. It's kind of big shopping centre, ocean terminal it's called, and
Right, yeah.
fancy new flats and
Yeah.
apartments looking out to the river and things.
Yeah. And this hill that's that we're just flying round clockwise at the moment, or will be shortly, is an extinct volcano called Arthur's Seat. And there's evidence of prehistoric and Iron Age hill forts. It's often mentioned as one of the possible locations for Camelot, which I did not know. Yeah, I've never actually flown Wizz Air, but I've heard good things. Edinburgh is lovely, yeah. My ex lived in Edinburgh, so I was up there quite a lot back in the day.
I used to do the Wizz Air slog all the way from Liverpool to Sofia.
How long's that?
About 3 hours. No, it's quick. I preferred EasyJet from Manchester.
Oh yeah, we were talking about this the other week, weren't we?
It's actually quicker because the taxi from Liverpool Airport is a nightmare.
Yeah. So
You can get the
Arthur's,
train.
yeah, Arthur's Seat looks absolutely incredible. I think I never looked at it before the world update, but I bet this is something that's been improved by the improved terrain mesh. So we're heading to Holyrood now, the Palace and the Scottish Parliament building. And unfortunately my map is so zoomed out that I can't work out where it is. Bear with me.
It's very close to the bottom of our seat, really.
Yes, here it is. This is Holyrood Palace, which is the Queen's principal royal residence in Scotland. She spends a week there every summer, and it was built between 1671 and 1678. And just opposite it here is the Scottish Parliament building, which opened in 2004. I think I'm looking at the right. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. So this photogrammetry looks better for me today than it did yesterday. Is that a thing? Does it just change with I don't know what?
Might be internet speed and bandwidth.
But it's all stored
maybe
locally.
It's in your cache too.
Yeah, maybe.
The more you fly, the more it can.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
What was that circular structure with the white roofs?
Do you know, I'm not too sure. It looks like a exhibition centre or something, doesn't it? Like a pavilion.
It's called Dynamic Earth because I've got the signs on.
Ah. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a kind of science centre about volcanoes and yeah, dynamic Earth. It's about the Earth. It's really good, actually.
Interesting. Let me take one more look at it.
Very popular school trip.
I bet.
It's got like an amphitheatre in the middle, hasn't it?
I seem to remember when I last went to Edinburgh, it must have been before the Scottish Parliament building was built, and I think I assumed that was the Scottish Parliament building, because yeah, I have a vague memory of seeing it and thinking, Scottish Parliament.
Yeah, the Parliament roofs are supposed to represent upturned boats.
Oh really?
Which is why you see the kind of hull-shaped
capsized boats.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. So next waypoint, this is Waverley Station, which is the northern terminus of the East Coast Main Line. 393 miles from King's Cross. And it was built in the 19th century by the North British Railway. And just beyond it we have Edinburgh Castle, which we will do a circle around, because it's awesome. There aren't many cities that have a castle like that right in the middle of them. Maybe there are. London doesn't have a castle like that right in the middle of it. York probably does.
It's actually set up with the seating for the tattoo. What I'm looking at.
I took the Savage
yes.
Cub on the day of release, and I landed on the break.
So the rock it sits on, Castle Rock, has been occupied by people since the 2nd century AD. And there's been a royal castle here since the reign of David I in the 12th century. It's been besieged 26 times, making it possibly the most besieged place in Great Britain and one of the most attacked in the world.
It's a bloody English then.
So there we are. That concludes. I mean, obviously there's loads to see in Edinburgh, but having tried to squeeze everything in Glasgow, I tried to slim it down so that it wasn't too overwhelming. Obviously you must come back and explore in your own time, but for now we'll proceed onwards and head to Edinburgh Airport, which is very close by. It is beautiful there.
It'd be cool to take the drone and fly around.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Does anyone know whose stadium that is down there?
Which one are you looking at?
So it's just sort of to the west of Edinburgh.
It'll be Hearts.
Heart.
Heart of Midlothian.
Right.
No, actually, the first one could be Murrayfield. It's next to the railway line.
Yeah, it is next to the railway line.
Yeah, that's Murrayfield. Rugby.
Right.
Hearts is the other side of the railway.
Okay. So if anyone wants to shoot the ILS to Edinburgh's, can't remember what runway it is.
24.
24, thank you. The frequency is 108.9 and it's a course of 241. I might give it a whirl.
Can you do that on the 152?
You can. Yep, tune it in the Nav1 radio and set the course with the twiddly knob just to the bottom left of the thingamajig, VOR display thing.
Very technical.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
I think you've lost 5 points on the tour guide there. Might be 7 points.
I can't do tour guiding and remembering stuff about planes at the same time. I can do one or the other.
Fair enough. We have a new call sign now, twiddle bits away.
I'm just going to point and plunge in this thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got loads of runway to play with. Last glimpse of the Forth bridges in the distance there.
I didn't know you could tune the ILS and these things with those radios.
Yeah.
Oh. But you just treat it like a VOR?
Yeah, exactly. But you also get your glide slope with the middle line.
Oh, right. That's true.
Caffel says he remembers the castle from Forza. What's my favourite place in the UK? God, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I mean, in terms of countryside and natural beauty, Cornwall. In terms of cities, it's London. I'll always love London. In terms of pretty cities, I would say Edinburgh's right up there. York's right up there. Bristol's right up there. But yeah, I would find it hard to choose one favourite place in the UK, I think. Manchester's a really fun city, as is Glasgow.
I like the Cotswolds. Love them.
Yeah, they are beautiful. As is Wales. There's some stunning scenery in Wales. Pembrokeshire in particular. It's all very well following the ILS if I blimmin' end up with 4 reds, isn't it? 4 reds and not lined up with the runway in any way, shape or form. Dear oh dear. 20 years I've been at this, still can't land a Cessna properly.
You need one of those planes with the parachute in it.
That's the SR-22.
Yeah, it is. Here we are.
Or a sling.
Where do you live, Darren? That was probably my worst landing on the... But it's a new plane, essentially, isn't it, with this mod? Don't know how it behaves. It's not my fault, as usual.
I thought it was a livery.
You need more excuses?
I think that's sufficient. No, there's the livery. There is the livery, but I also downloaded the mod that JP recommended, which makes it fly more realistically, apparently.
And she crash.
I'm sure it's the paint job.
No, they've all just gone off down a closed taxiway. I'm going to go off the next one. I might not be able to land it, but I can sure as hell taxi the thing. Oh, you're in Northern Ireland, right? Someone mentioned the other day, I can't remember who, that there's a pretty decent freeware Belfast City Airport, which I'm going to check out at some point. Maybe do a flight there in the CJ4. We might even have been. Was it you? No, I don't think it was you. I take it you've all found somewhere nice to park. Just go and join your cluster, and meanwhile we can watch Maya's Manland and just about caught yours, Mark, but not close enough to commentate on it.
I'm just
because he wasn't great.
Macy's down. Some bit of stall horn going on in someone's cockpit, I hear. Wouldn't like to say whose. I have been to Northern Ireland. Yeah. I went when I was about 20, I think. I went on a road trip all around the island of Ireland, and yeah, basically went all around the coast. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to plonk it here on the taxiway, do a bit of zooming in to try and watch the last few landings, I think.
Be nice to get some better scenery for Edinburgh Airport.
It would. There is a freeware mod, but it didn't really look good enough to bother with at the moment.
Right.
I'm
The
sure.
control tower looks really good. It's a thistle shape.
Sorry, say that again.
It's shaped. It's supposed to represent a thistle.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's quite smart.
Yeah. Orbex did a version for P3D, so I think they'll probably bring it across at some point. Good. Saw Steve's landing, bit floaty, but down.
Yeah, this thing you can't see over the top properly.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine actually. Cement, that looked very nice. Good, I think everyone's in. I'll go and join this cluster that's parked up over here, because I didn't actually look where GA parking is at this airport.
And you get a bit hesitant with this plane because I've flipped it a few times on landing.
Oh really? Blimey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that would make you a bit hesitant.
I've just run out of fuel.
Oh, good timing.
I wonder why is my engine stopped?
I cheat. I have it on 50% locked.
There we go. Topped it up. Restart the engine. It's just so easy in the sim, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you top up on the fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to the weights and balances in the top bar thing. Just add more fuel.
Quite a few aerobats today, I see. Nice looking planes. Have I been to Central Europe? I have been to Poland. I've been to Hungary. Been to the Czech Republic. Yeah, so I have. Yeah, I did enjoy the trip a lot, Darren. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Ooh. I'll just let the last few taxi in.
Think about this thing, you can go across the grass.
Yeah. I mean, we can all go across the grass, it's just some of us choose not to, Steve.
It's fine, it's supposed to land on grass.
Good, good. Well, I think we'll call it a day there. What do you think? Pretty much done, aren't we?
That was awesome.
Good, I'm glad you
That was
enjoyed it.
really good. Very good.
Thanks very much.
Good.
Loved it, thank you.
Good, I enjoyed it as well. It's a nice little trip. So yeah, the next Bimble will be at the same time in 2 weeks. So hope you can make that. And in the meantime, I've got my giveaway stream tomorrow at midday. 3 Orbex airports for anyone who wants to come along and try their luck. So yes, thank you to everyone on YouTube for joining me, and in particular, thank you all for flying with me. And I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Bye.
And you.
All the best now.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.